What do, everybody? It's your boy Johnny B. We on JonnyBeeTV. We tapped in. We got a very special guest in the building, man. A few guests in the building, but most definitely we getting our boy Tre Norman Story today, man. Shout out to you, man. Glad to have you in. How you doing today?
I appreciate you for having us. I'm doing great, man. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be alive.
Like I said, I'm gonna get into your story, but we got Go Blue in the building, man. We got Marquette in the building. No bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying? I love it. It was a surprise, man. He brought everybody through. I want you to introduce your boys real quick. Who all we got in the building?
But so TT, you could pop your head in real quick. This is TT, little Tre. He's our manager from Chicago. He's in the trenches with us, ins and out, all hours of the day. So that's our guy. We got Kato Hamilton right here. He's a redshirt sophomore, about to play his first real year this year. He got a lot of expectations. He's gonna do a lot of big things for us. And then we got Al Amadou from West Philly. For me, he's a sophomore. He's about to do a lot of things for us too. Putting pain on that wing. He's gonna be people's heads doing what he do for me. So
bet. Yeah. Hey, JonnyBeeTV, we super excited. We got Bisky in the building too. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Man, super excited. We gonna catch everybody's story, but you already today we gonna catch your story, man. We rooting for y'all 24/7. Y'all got JonnyBeeTV right now, man. Marquette, no bullshit. This is y'all channel. I ain't gonna lie to you. For real. So just starting off, how your summer been? What you have been going on this summer?
My summer's been great. I mean, since the season ended in March, I just been focused on all the things I can do better, all the things I can get better on, as far as like basketball wise, so I can come into the next season and just, impact the game in ways I wasn't able to last year. So that's all I've been focused on this season. Like I said, I'm with these guys all the time. We working all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, y'all in the trenches with it. I feel y'all every day type shit. As far as you from Boston, right? Yeah. Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah. Give me a little bit like a comparison to, you've been in Milwaukee for a whole year now. How would you compare the two cities? Is it similar at all?
It's like a real big culture difference. It's real different. Like the way people move out here, the way people move in Boston is real different. I don't really get I get the city vibe out here, but it's just obviously a little different. I'm from Boston, so I've been there every day for my whole life. So I feel like out there, I'm just more comfortable.
It's home.
Yeah, it's used to. But like I said earlier, like this is the crib too. So I mean, I'm getting used to it here. The downtown is a vibe. So
yeah. Your boys made it easier for you. You know what I'm saying? Made it more like family.
For sure.
That's most okay. Outside of basketball, what's your interest? What you tune into most?
Shit, man, we just be chilling. Like it's like you said, it's a strict schedule. Like we be hooping from early in the morning. Some days we don't end till like 5 p.m. So like after, like we really don't be having much energy to do other things. So we just be chilling with each other. We chill in our room, play NCAA football, play 2K, watch movies, like chilling for like we might go on a random side quest outside, go hop in the whip or something.
Yeah. Okay, Any music you turned up to right now? Who like your favorite artists?
EBK, J-Bo.
Okay, yeah, I heard him.
We been bumping Boss Man.
Yeah.
We be bumping Honcho, KR from we got a lot of stuff we be tuning into.
Man, hey, I gotta tap y'all into the city from some artists out of Milwaukee.
I know Chicken P.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. All right.
I know that.
Yeah, cool.
I know who that
cool, is. Yeah, good. Well, getting into your story, like we said, you from Boston. How was your childhood growing up, man? Like, parents, siblings, how was everything?
Well, so my immediate family is real tight. I got one older brother. He's 4 years older than me. I got my mom, my dad. They don't live together, but they do their best to co-parent and make ends meet.
Most definitely.
So growing up, I ain't really have mad cousins. It was really just all the friends around the block for me, just going outside playing around. So I got a good core group of friends right now that I hang with. We all split our separate ways. Just growing up, regular stuff. But I mean, I still be on the phone with them, stay in contact. They be supporting me, so I'll be supporting them. So
because I guess you the only one that came from Milwaukee out of everybody, graduating wise, right? Okay, yeah, I can see how that's different. How was the adjustment coming here?
It wasn't really nothing. So I went to boarding school from my 10th grade year till I graduated. So I was living on my own for a while. So I haven't I haven't been living with my mom's for like 4 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's been a while.
Yeah. So coming here it was different in the fact that like my boarding school was only like an hour away. So like on the weekends I could go home, but now like I'm 800 miles away from the crib.
Yeah,
so like I'm not going home on the weekend. So that was probably it. But like you said, like these guys right here next to me make it feel like home. So I'm not, missing Boston every second because it's like I'm so occupied with the stuff we do every day.
Facts. Okay, I feel that. As far as where did you build your love for basketball? When did that start? And like when did you start playing like organized? Did that start at elementary school?
I'll say real early. So like my first sport was technically football.
Oh, okay.
Like I wasn't no fiend. Like I wasn't no prospect. Like I played like Pee Wee football. And when I was 5, my mom's boyfriend at the time, he was a coach for an AU team. And like I would just always go with him, watching him coach to like the 3rd grade. And then eventually when I got old enough to play, I started playing. I used to go to the parks. He used to put these goggles on me. Like you could like it blocked off the bottom vision, so like I wouldn't put my head down.
Oh,
so like I get used to looking up and stuff like that. We just did anything we could to get a little better. So at a young age, I'll say like 5 years old when I started hooping for real.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so just sports in general, you always had a passion for it. Who inspired you the most as far as like who would you look for, who you modeled your game after, you guess?
Modeled my game after, I feel like I didn't really have nobody like growing up I was looking at like, dang, I want to be like them. But I'll for sure say like there was a lot of inspiration in the city. Like we have some talent out of the city. Shabazz Napier, he's from Boston, around my way.
Oh, okay.
Terrence Clark, R.I.P. to bro, he's from Boston. He was doing big things. He was about to get drafted until he, had a fatal car accident in LA back in the year. Feel me?
Yep.
There's a lot of guys. The guys that I like that are my age. Desante Bowen, I play with him. TJ Power, I play with him. Kayvon, he's in Big East. Like a bunch of guys my age doing the same thing. So it's just always good to have that to keep me motivated.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask this a little later on, but East Coast basketball and with you being in Boston, how's that? Do y'all get that respect because y'all got New Jersey over there, New York, and I know like you done battle against players and others. So how's that region for y'all being Boston?
I feel like the East Coast know what's up. Like they know who we are. Like we not like no state like Georgia and all the other places out there like who got all the recognition and got like 10 top 20 prospects, you feel me? But we really got some talent out there, and like we never been afraid to go travel to another state and show that. So I feel like everybody in the East Coast knows like if it comes to basketball, of course you have the headlining states like New York because they got the Rucker Park and all that other stuff, you feel me? And one basketball and shit like that. So but I mean they got the recognition, but like people know what's up if you're from over there.
I feel you. When do you feel like maybe going into middle school, when do you feel like you knew who you were as far as talent wise, like that you had an edge on other players? When did you get that confidence?
I'll probably say like 6th grade, probably going my 7th grade year. Like my pops used to like, shout out my dad, he used to always take me to like a bunch of camps. Like we used to do like donations to get some money to go to like a camp, and we'll drive like 14 hours to go to a camp. And I used to hate them, but like around that time, like I didn't want to be there, but like I was making like the All-Star games and stuff like that, and that kind of gave me the confidence. And he used to record my games and like make little highlight tapes and post them on YouTube and stuff like that. So I say around that time, like that's when he really started seeing like, okay, my son could really do something, and that kind of fed into my dream of like, oh yeah, I could do something. But I mean, since I was like a kid, I always on my birthday wished like I was gonna go to the NBA, shit like that. So that's always been the dream.
So I'm glad that you mentioned your dad, you know what I'm saying, somebody that pushed you. I know it was, you know what I'm saying, hard maybe at times, like you said, getting pushed like that and having to do stuff you didn't want to do. But like, I'm a father, I got a son. Do you feel like that is important to like stay on your son? I know some people, they say they can push the line, but you went through it. So how is that from a son?
Nah, yeah, that's great, because like where I'm from, there's a lot of people who aren't fortunate enough to be in a situation I'm in, especially like having my father around. And I mean, yeah, at the moment when I was a kid, I used to be like, oh, I don't want to do this, But like looking back on it, like I'm blessed. I love him to death. Like there's a lot of stuff he does, a lot of stuff he sacrifices for me day in and day out. And I feel like I wouldn't be here without him. So yeah, it's definitely important, to have that father aspect and just the things he did. Like he really sacrificed. Yeah,
that's real. So. Yeah, and that's important to put out there, that message, you know what I'm saying, so people would be in their family's lives, you know what I'm saying, that's important. The father figure is most definitely important. So starting off, going into high school, you started off at Boston Tech, right?
Yeah, Tech Boston. Yep.
Yeah, Tech Boston.
Yeah.
Tech Boston.
Nah, people always say that.
Most definitely. So at Tech Boston, and you, am I mistaken? You helped them. You helped them out win a state championship that year, right?
We got 2 of them. Yeah.
Oh, 2 of them back to back.
Yeah.
So speak on that a little bit. Just your freshman, sophomore year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah.
Playing varsity right away. How was that experience?
So it was great. So, like I said, I started getting more confidence in this basketball stuff around like middle school. So I ended up leaving my middle school in 7th grade to go to Tech Boston. They were 6th through 12th. So I went there my 8th grade year, and my first year. I played JV, and then they seen like I had a little bit of talent or whatever, so they moved me up towards the end of the season when it was like playoffs for the varsity. So that was when we won our first championship, but a lot of people don't notice, I didn't play. So like the public school that I went to, they didn't allow 8th graders or middle schoolers to play varsity.
Okay.
So the whole playoff experience, I was on the bench. I was literally like the water boy.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So like I was just handing out water, you feel me? I was just there, but I mean, I loved it. I was just an experience. Like, and then we made it to the championship, and then we won, and then I was surprised they gave me a ring. I didn't even think I was gonna get one. So I mean, I'm saying I was a part of it. All the people on the team, I hope they agree that I'm a part of that championship.
Yeah.
But
hey, we giving it to you.
Yeah. And then the next year, my freshman year, that's when I actually was on the team. I started for half of the season because one of our guards was out, and then we just ran it up. I mean. I think we lost like 2 or 3 games, and we went back to the championship, won by like 15 or something like that. I had a decent game. That's kind of where I made my name in the city. Okay. It was probably my freshman year, to be honest, because those city games used to go crazy, especially in the playoffs. So, I feel like that's my freshman and 8th grade year was kind of where I did my damage in the city. And then my sophomore year, I was hooping, but we didn't win, and then COVID had hit. And then, that kind of just... Yeah.
Oh, and that's what I was going to ask you about, too. I seen you was in the middle of that. How did COVID affect you, like, basketball-wise? Did you think it was going to be all over with?
Nah. I'd say it probably, like, made me go even harder, to be honest, because, like I said, I had a core group of friends, and when COVID hit, like, all we was doing was hooping. This is before, all the distractions get around too much, so all we was doing was hooping. So when COVID hit, there was no school. I would literally go on my Zoom call, right, from my school, and then just leave it on my bed and just walk out the crib, go get on my little bike, be with my friends at the field. We'll go work out in the morning on the field, and then go ride around and find outdoor hoops to hoop at. And then they was boarding up the hoops. So like they'll see us, we'll hoop for like one day, go back to that same court, board it up, can't hoop there no more. Now we gotta go find another court.
Oh, so y'all shutting down courts, literally.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a crazy time. I did want to ask you about that because, like, you in the middle of your high school grind, and then everything just shut down. Like, I know that was, I couldn't imagine going through that. You know what I'm saying, in high school, most definitely. So, after your sophomore year, you end up transferring. Yeah. It's
Worcester Academy.
All right, give me a breakdown on what made you make the decision to transfer there.
So the decision was real hard because, like I said, my sophomore year we had lost in playoffs, and like that was like my first time really being like one of the main guys on the team. So like that loss really like hit me hard. So like I didn't want to transfer, but like my pops, he knew like it was kind of like I kind of outdid my time at public school.
I feel that.
And I was playing AAU for a EYBO team, BABC. So like I was playing against good guys. Like I was getting up there. So he knew better, and it was just for more exposure. To be honest, like public school's cool and all, but like once it gets to like college coaches coming out and seeing you and just being able to watch you, it's really hard for that in that environment. So it was a real big decision. But a lot of my AAU team, like the players used to they all went to Worcester Academy, so it was kind of easy.
Okay, that's good. Do you feel like with you going that route, do you feel like that's a must now? Like you almost have to get out of public schools? Because I see that more and more. We see that in our city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody going crazy, and next thing you know, they got to be gone. Like, so in our era, you know what I'm saying, growing up, they could stay in the public schools.
Damn,
but
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So is that a must now though, after a while?
I don't know. That's crazy. We have the same situation. Like people talk about the same stuff in Boston. Like, back then, like you could really like get it out of the public school and really go somewhere out of public school. But
that's
now
what
it's getting harder and harder because like kids are getting like so good 8th, 9th, 10th grade, and then they leave. And like it kind of like, you know, there's less and less talent in the public school area. So I don't think it's a must. I really don't think it's a must, but I think if you really want to get to where you want to go, you probably should just, you know, do your time in public school and then go to prep, because it's better talent, it's more exposure, y'all playing better teams, and like it just gets you like you learn stuff at prep school that you wouldn't learn at public school. So
I did hear it. At the end of the day, if it helping your career and you're going against the best, it is needed. So I feel that. Okay, recognition wise, you this when you enter the top 100. You know what I'm saying? So is that when you transfer? That's when you start getting that national recognition.
Yeah. So in Massachusetts, we have like state rankings. It's called NER. I don't know if y'all had that here, but like
we got state rankings. Like
state rankings. Yeah. So I started to get ranked in like the state when I was in public school, but like when I went to prep school and then I started hooping in AAU more and putting on the circuit, that's when like I started getting more like statewide recognition. So yeah, I'd probably say like going to prep school definitely helped my statewide recognition, getting all more offers, and you know, people seeing that, it just, you know, boosted my interest around the state.
And too, I see in the summertime, you was at the Peach Jam putting up numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's always been, even in my era, that always been like a big place to go to for Peach Jam. How was that experience for you and like you doing your thing?
I mean, it was great. I only went to Peach Jam 2 years, my sophomore and my junior year. My sophomore year, I was playing with the juniors, and like I wasn't going crazy. I was cool, probably like double here and there. Feel me? But like it was a goal for me to like really go crazy the next year and really try to help my team win. So once it hit that next year, the whole EYBL circuit, I was just trying to go crazy, to be honest.
Is like, you know what I'm saying, you building your name, is the recruiting process like, is it do it become stressful at times? You know what I'm saying? You getting your name out there, a lot of schools coming your way, grown people telling you this and that. So is that stressful for somebody? I ain't never been in that situation. I wish I did. So you know what I'm saying? How is that situation when you getting, you know?
Nah, like there's definitely highs and lows. I feel like when you first get like those first couple offers, especially your first one, like you excited because like first it starts from like you don't hear nothing from nobody, then you start getting a little phone calls, then you get the offers, and it's like, dang, like I'm getting offers, and then once the schools start getting bigger and bigger, you know, you just start feeling a little better about yourself. But like I feel like once you kind of hit the peak of like your recruitment, and it's like you don't know where you're gonna go now, it's like really time to make a decision, really look at these schools for what they are, take visits, go to here, go to there, feel me? Like I feel like that's when it starts getting a little stressful, and if you don't have the right like support system around you, like you can be all lost in the sauce for real, because like you have one person trying to tell you go here because of how they feel about that school, not necessarily about how they think you feel about that school. And it's like a lot of people's outside opinion, so it's definitely stressful. And mind you, like when you're going through the recruitment process, you still a kid. Like you still not really knowing what you gonna know. So you looking up to the people who are telling you these things. Like you looking up to your parents, you looking up to mentors or basketball people you around who went that route. And like sometimes they just be feeding you a bunch of bullshit, and it's never helpful. But yeah, it definitely gets stressful.
Yeah, and I'm glad we getting that out there for, you know, the future kids, they watching this, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, I know that can be tough, you know what I'm saying? Grown people, they telling you everything in the world just to get you to their school.
If I could say something about that for like any of the kids watching, I would just say like really trust your instincts. When you go to these visits and you hear these coaches talk to you, like really listen to what they saying. Like don't fall for like, oh, you're gonna come here, you're gonna be a big star. Like don't fall for that, because at every school, I promise you, you're gonna have to work at. Like no matter what school, like there's always probably a guy in your position who's already there a year or two. So like don't listen to that. If you have somebody in your corner who you really trust, you feel me, take their advice, but don't just leap into what they telling you. Don't go to the school because they told you go there. But like if you really trust them and you have people like that who are good for you, always take their opinions. But you know, just make sure at the end of the day it's your decision and your decision only. Because once you get on that flight and you move in, and your parents get back on that flight to go home, it's just you. Yeah. So
facts. So and too, so I'm glad you brought that up. What's your opinion on like the transfer portal? You know what I'm saying? Because it was different. I know like 10 years ago, most definitely. If you transfer, you had to sit out a whole year. So it's different now. You can play right away. But what's your opinion on that? Because like sometimes you feel like if it's not working for you right away, you can just get out of there now. So what's your opinion on the transfer portal?
We are in a great situation. We don't, I think I could speak for all of us. We don't really believe in that transfer portal stuff. Like, we came here for a reason. Like I said, we knew it was going to be work. We try and get everything we get by earning it. So, I can't really hate on nobody who do the transfer portal. I feel like a lot of people do the transfer portal just because they think the grass is greener on the other side. But once you get over there, it's probably not even what you think it was. Sometimes transferring does work out for people. Like, I'm not depending on the situation, but like, nah, I'm not really vouching for the transfer portal. I feel like you really should pick your school and just get it out the mud. Like really, like, for me, just work. Put your head down and grind. Like, if there's someone over you, you don't like that, you gotta do something about it. For me, like, get in the gym. For me, work hard and just get to that spot.
I agree with you 100%. It's all about the grind. A lot of people in the NBA, before it was like the one and dones, you really had to grind it out to get there. You know what I'm saying? You had to play college or whatever you had to do. It took some years. You know what I'm saying? It's a process. So I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, taking that process head on, for real. As a student athlete, I see you was getting 4.0s, you know what I'm saying? So speak on like being a student athlete and how important is that, you know what I'm saying, and how to, balance the two.
So like I was talking about my pops earlier, but he used to always stress like student athlete, like student comes first. And my mom, she's like real heavy on like the academic side. Like any school I visited or any school I even thought of going to, like she didn't really care for the basketball. She was like, is the academic straight? So at a young age, I was always like hearing about academics. I always been taught to like focus on my school, but it's definitely needed. Like don't ever be a kid in high school or in college who are like just barely above what's required, because then you always like looking over your shoulder like, damn, if I miss this assignment I might fall below and you can't play. Like, you never want to sit on no games because you ain't passed a class. Like, that's not even what we came here for. Like, you feel me? So I feel like academics is definitely required. There's a lot of kids who don't like school. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, I do not like school.
I was gonna say, was it easy for you out the gate, or is it something you had to work
in high school, like high school more so, it's just like do homework. But like now in college, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I really don't be, I'm a finance major, so like this shit be getting hard sometimes. So I really don't be liking school, but this is what I gotta do. Like, this is my last stretch of like actual school, so this is what I gotta do to play in, and I can't go anywhere with this basketball stuff if I'm not playing because it's academics. So kind of just gotta do what you gotta do, responsibility type shit.
Good too. Let's jump back into your high school career, your junior, senior year. I know senior year y'all end up winning the championship.
Junior
year. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So back to back. Give me a breakdown on like, you know what I'm saying, your junior, senior year, and then preparing yourself for the next level.
So when I went to prep school, it was crazy culture difference. Okay. Like, I'm from the inner city of Boston. Tech Boston's like really like, it get grimy around that school. You feel me? Like, so like we was like, I was seeing a bunch of people who look and sound and talk just like me. So when I went to prep school in Worcester, an hour away, like it's a whole different. Like I'm here, it's mad diverse. I'm here with international students. I'm here with mad white people. Like it's just, I'm not used to it. So my first year, my sophomore year, I had reclass. So I did my sophomore year again at prep school. Okay. That one was like, we didn't really hoop because it was COVID and stuff, but like that was just to get me used to being around what I was around. And I didn't even start. Fun fact, I didn't start when I transferred. Like, I came off the bench. Me and my man's Kayvon, who was my roommate, we didn't start.
Oh, that's real shit.
The next year, our next year, our junior year, we started, and man, we had good pieces, and we knew that we could do something. And we hooped, we put on, and then we won the championship. That was a legendary moment. And then we came back the next year, and we had like our core group still here, and then we brought in some extra pieces. We brought in some kids from Cali. Shout out my man Parker Jones.
Shout him out.
Shout out Todd. Who else? Shout out Big Declan. Shout out all of them. They all played a major part. We was hooping though. Like when we was walking down, like we was running teams down. Like we lost some games we shouldn't have lost. Yeah. But that should just come with the season. But like that team is by far the best team that school has ever had in its history. And that's why we put up 2 banners back to back. So it was lit.
That's what's up. What can you say about, like, you know what I'm saying, when you got there, the practices, and was it that a different adjustment for you? Like, was it real gritty at that school?
So Tech Boston had, like, our practices was like as grimy as you could think it was for like a public school. Like, we was practicing for 2-3 hours straight. Like, there was times like we'll go into practice, he'll have 55 minutes up. no basketball, straight defensive slides, running, sprint. Like, feel me? Like, our coach, shout out Johnny Williams, like, he was really on bad time when it came to that. So I was used to that when we got there. So I'm thinking like, okay, it's prep school, better facility. Like, we really about to be in here working.
Yeah. But that's what I think too.
But the running, we didn't really do as much running as I thought. We didn't do as much as like the heavy, like gritty stuff as I thought. It was more so like fundamentals, like which way to catch the ball, left to right into your shot, feel me, shot fakes, how to read this. So I feel like that definitely gave me the like more mental side of basketball. Because at public school, I was getting all the toughness, like all that. Like when I was in freshman, I was practicing against seniors. Like there was times where like we had to go in a circle, get 30 seconds, just feel me, like fight it off type shit. Yeah. So like I got all the gritty and toughness from public school. So when I went there, they definitely gave me like the other side of basketball that I didn't even realize I needed. So like it was definitely different because like I'm thinking like I'm nice and I don't even know how to do a correct pivot to get to my inside foot, like feel me, stuff like that. So I feel like it was different in that aspect.
So basically you got the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Was there any game that like stood out or any, you know what I'm saying, any competition that you knew you was facing that night that got your blood going?
I mean, a lot of games, to be honest. Any game in the playoffs, all the games in the playoffs was lit.
Was turned up.
Those ones had me lit. We played in TD Garden. We played against Brewster. That one was a big anticipated game. But yeah, I try to take that mindset to all the games. But like in high school, I was kind of struggling with that. Like, you know, it's kind of human nature to like see like if a team, I wouldn't say like is inferior to you, but like if you think like if they don't pass the eye inspection to you, or like it's kind of just human nature to be like, all right. So like I was kind of like dealing with that, just trying to like make sure I don't take that mindset. And there was some games where like I brought that mindset, like I don't care who I'm playing, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. There was other games where it's like, damn, I'm not even in it because like, why are we playing them? Like,
did that ever bite you in the ass as far as like, you know what I'm saying? You ever took an L, taking somebody too lightly?
We never took an L. Those games that I like looked at it like that, we won, but like, I looking back at it like,
you just
I shouldn't have looked at it like that. It definitely hurt me to look at it like that, and that's not. I mean, I was working on it, so I mean, I'm definitely way better at it now. But.
Yeah. No, you was a kid. We don't judge you. You good. So, okay, moving on. You about to commit to college. What was your, like, what you had? Top 3, top 5?
I had like a bullshit top 3. I knew I was going months in advance. Okay. I just put out a top 3 just cause, but I only came on a visit to Marquette, so like I had other schools I could have like went on a visit to, but like you said, it started to get stressful, and I just didn't want to go on a plane here and here just to be in other people's faces acting like I wanted to be there. So I mean, on my first visit, I knew I was coming here. I told my coaches I was coming here, but I had a date that I wanted to commit on. So like I came in April, but I wanted to commit in September on Terrence Clark's birthday. Yeah. So it was like months that they had to wait. So like it was a big trust thing on both ends. They had to trust me that I wasn't going to like go crazy in EYBL, like you said, and like go find another school. And then I had to trust them that they wasn't going to go find another player. So yeah, I feel like making my decision was kind of easy to come here.
And that's something I wanted to ask you about too. The day you committed, it was on Terrence Clark's birthday. Just like, you know what I'm saying, how was that for your family that day? It's a big moment. You committed to Marquette. Just give me a breakdown on that day for you.
It was great. I think it was on a Tuesday. I was at school, so I had to drive from school. All my teammates, some of the students I was cool with, they took like a school bus and like followed the car and stuff like that. I'll never forget, it was raining. My dad was coming from work. Shout out my dad again. Like I said, he sacrificed a lot. I'll never forget this.
Pops, man.
I never forget this. He was coming from work and he didn't have a car and he had to like take the train and it was raining. So he ended up being late. So like he missed like the first like majority of my shit. Like he missed the part where like I took my hat off and everything. Yeah. And I knew he was mad. Like it hurt him because it's like, well, that's the part like you want to be there for that. But like he was coming from work, there wasn't really much we could do about it. But like I told him, he was mad and I felt bad. But I told him, I was like, yeah, it's fine. You'll be there on the draft day. That's all that matters.
Yeah, most definitely.
But, that day was lit because it was really emotional. Like I'm not a person who really be crying, but I'm also not a person who really just be like expressing how I'm feeling. So like I got up there and I'm kind of like, you know, giving a summary of like how I got here or whatever, and like I started choking up because like as I'm talking, I'm like really thinking like, damn, like I'm really here. Like, I got to this point, so I'm choking up. I start crying and shit. Like, I'm like, damn. Like, I'm just thinking back. I see my coaches from my public school, from my high school, from my AAU team. I see mad people from the city, like, just showing love, and it was all there. And I'm like, dang, like, this shit's a crazy moment. Then I finally revealed my decision, and it was just great.
Yeah, hey man, that's amazing. I know it was well deserved. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's a highlight of your life, man. I'm glad like you got to share that. And your father, I know you end up coming late, but I'm glad you and your family got to share that, man, for real. So what did Marquette overall? What attracted you to Marquette? And like, did you catch Marquette before like you even like thought about committing to Marquette? Was you in tune with Marquette already?
Nah, I wasn't in tune until they started like showing interest in me.
Yeah.
But maybe choose Marquette. I feel like all of us kind of chose Marquette for like somewhat similar reasons. Like they all like it's a family vibe. Like when they recruiting us, like we hearing from Shaka Smart more than anybody, and like you don't get that from a lot of other programs. Like you probably hear from the assistant or the second assistant, and like you only hearing from them because that's their job to recruit you. Like they have people they recruit specifically, but like we was hearing from Shaka, and then I'm hearing from all the other assistant coaches. I'm hearing from people behind the desk who aren't coaches. Like they reaching out on my birthday. They reaching out to my parents. Like let me just taking that extra step. So like it was easy. Like, and when I came here, it was a family vibe. The class I was coming in with it was a bunch of cool people, and I messed with all of them. And then yeah, it was just real. It was real warm. It was real accepting, and like Al can vouch for this. Like when we first moved in, it was like we didn't skip a beat. Like we was just right on pace with them. Like they welcomed us with open arms, and we just kept it pushing from there.
I was gonna say that too. Just like with your coach, and you came into a veteran ball club when you first got in. So like, just, you know what I'm saying, did that help you with your experience, like coming in as a freshman, you know what I'm saying, a true freshman?
Nah, it was hard.
I know it get hard. You on the Division 1 level, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, and Marquette, this probably been like the first year I feel like y'all had a lot of expectations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the Big East, it's serious. So like, how was that?
It was hard. So like, I was battling like my own expectations of what college was, and like what I was gonna do. Like I'm thinking like, oh shit, I'm about to come in here. I'm watching the games. I'm looking at people playing. Like I could play. I could start right now.
That's real.
Like you feel me? I'm watching the games. Like, oh, he missed that shot. Like I'm making that. Like just not, just being naive, not knowing what I don't know. And then you get to campus and you get to those first couple weeks, and it's like, he might have missed that shot, but he do these other 4 things way better than I do. So I see why he on the floor right now. So it's like it's a real like eye opener when you get there. And I feel like having an older core like Oso and Tyler, like they were great. And Tyler's kind of from my way, so we already knew each other from before I even committed. So they were just great. They always was behind us anytime we messed up. And the good thing about Marquette though is like we have like a system where it's like, we don't look into the transfer portal, so it's like the coaches are like betting on you to get in the gym in the summer and make a leap. So like it's not like, okay, you didn't play this much your freshman year, so we're gonna get someone else to replace you. No, you didn't play this much your freshman year. We're gonna get you in the gym. You're gonna work, and you're gonna come back way better than you was at the end of your freshman year. So like that whole system we have is just it helps us and encourage us, because it's like, we just gotta keep getting better. Like so the older core, they just stayed behind us. Anytime we had bad games or we felt bad, like they went through the same thing we went through. So like they could speak from experience and just give us that word of advice, word of wisdom, and keep our heads on.
That's good about Marquette program overall, as far as you saying that, like you don't really got to worry about them looking in the transfer portal to replace you right away. And that's crazy too that programs do that. Like y'all 18, 19, I don't know if y'all understand how young y'all is. Like y'all can really grow for real over time. Just what I'm saying, have that confidence in y'all. So I'm glad that Marquette got a program and running a real program like that for real.
Oh yeah.
What do you believe was like the toughest adjustment like on the court? You know what I'm saying? You got practices, you going up against high level teams. You're not getting the same minutes as like you was a star back on your old team. So like what's that adjustment coming from being the best on your team to having to play a role like you were speaking of?
I mean, the adjustment was hard. I tell everybody like you get out of high school, you the best on your team, you getting all the minutes, like you getting all the the cloud, like after a good game and they hitting you up. You feel me? And then you come to college and it's like you got a nice team. Like we was on a nice ass team with nice ass players. Like you keep it a buck. Like I'm in a guard position, so like I'm playing behind Tyler Kolig, Sean Jones, Cam Jones, Stevie Mitchell, like nice guys. So it's like there's highs and lows. Like sometimes you realize like, okay, I'm playing behind good players, so like it's not me that sucks. Like I'm just in a good position. And then there's other days it's like damn, like can I really do this? Like like I'm really like I don't know if I can do this. You have a bad practice, like, and mind you, the workouts and the conditioning is like it's different. Like your body got to get used to it. You hurting bad. Like, and you really thinking like, I don't know if I can do this tomorrow. So like that was probably the hardest part, like really not knowing if I could do it on certain days and just still trying to get through my year. So that was it was a big adjustment. And like obviously like the physicality, that's a given. Like we in the Big East, like we don't, you know, people always talk about how the Big East don't get no foul calls, but I mean that's a fact. We playing against other teams, they bigger, they faster, like everything's just moving. Like my first couple games, like I wasn't even worried about the offensive side moving, like but the defensive side, like I'm in a help. I turn my head for 1 second. I turn back. I'm guarding gone. He's gone. Yeah, like for me, he up there getting a dunk, and I'm like, whoa, like what the hell? Then I get subbed out. I don't play the rest of the game, and it's like, and it's like, how do you deal with that? Like, feel me? How you deal with that from coming from like a guy who's gonna play all the minutes? Like, at my senior year, I could have subbed somebody in. Like, you feel me? That's the type of level you was at, and then you get to here, and it's like I'm on the bench not knowing if I'm gonna get in, and if I get in, like, fuck, I don't want to fuck up because I want to stay in the game, and then I'm getting tired because like this shit moving. So it's like a lot of things you got to deal with, and I feel like having the mind and having like a good strong mental is definitely gonna help somebody get through that.
Most definitely. I know just the conditioning on that, the speed of the game. Can you really prepare for it? You know what I'm saying? It's something that
you can't.
You can't prepare for that.
Unless you like some real.
Yeah, unless you like, I mean,
something like that. A freak.
Yeah, there's always kids, you know, who like do the one and done, who really like, for me, like that's their process, that's them. But like for most of the guys, me, like that wasn't the situation. Like you really got to get used to that. But like there was no preparing for high school. Like I was, trust me, like I was, after the high school season, I was in the gym thinking like, okay, let me prepare. Like I'm hitting up guys who was in college like, yo, what's this, what's that? But when you get there, you don't know what you don't know. And I always tell people that like, there's just not, you can't prepare for what you don't know, so.
I feel that. Give me some of the fun experience you had, because you played in 34 games, you know what I'm saying? After a while, you feel like you adjusted, you know, everybody know the roles of the team, stuff like that. You was in Maui. It wasn't in Maui this year though, right? But y'all was at the Maui tournament?
Oh yeah, it was Honolulu.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so playing in the Big East, playing in the tournament, like give me a breakdown on that experience.
Yeah, I mean it's mad fun. Like you really start seeing stuff you've never seen, like going to Maui, playing in the Big East tournament. Like it's just mad different stuff that you don't expect to see as a kid growing up. And I feel like all those times that we had fun and all those times we did good in games made up for those 10 other times we felt shitty about ourselves after a practice. Yeah. It's like you come in the game, you hit a three. Mind you, your expectations aren't like, your personal expectations are high, but like in reality, my expectation when I got in the game wasn't high from like the people watching or the people like I was on my team with. Like all I needed to do was get in the game, guard, and feel me, just make simple plays. Like I don't need to make a home run play. I don't need to go for 30. So my job is really easy, but it's hard at the same time. I feel that. So like when I get in the game and I get a stop or I get a block, then I come down, I hit a three. Yeah. They lit. Like we all lit. You feel me? I feel like I just had 15. I only had 3.
That is like I feel that. Trust
me. So like those moments are definitely worthwhile. And we do a bunch of stuff off the court as a team that's just like that's fun. Like we went fishing not too long ago. Like the stuff we do stuff that you got to be open minded about. So yeah, I guess we have a lot of fun off the court and on the court.
That's good too, and I even know like the big team. I know the target in your conference is Yukon. You know what I'm saying? And you had one of your better games against Yukon. Just how was that going against them? They back-to-back national champion, and I know you got that circuit on your schedule next year.
So like how you asked when I was in high school, what games like kind of got my blood boiling? Those are those like Yukon, Providence, like those games. Like so I always was ready for a game, but like some games like like I could just feel my energy like in the locker room. You hear the like you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
and y'all stadium be turning.
Yeah, you start jumping around. So those games were those, and I just feel like I was more clear-minded in those games that I played better in. Like I wasn't thinking about, if I fuck up, I'm gonna get subbed out. Like I was just playing. Because in those games that I played better and I fucked up still. I was just lost in the fight and I was just hooping. So I definitely gonna carry all that mindset that I had for Yukon into this next year, but it's not gonna be 9 points. It's gonna be a lot more than that.
Most definitely. Hey, it was 3 for 4, so that's like you said, that's like 20 at the end of the day. I know it. So, all right, doing your thing at Marquette, you had your freshman year. What's your mindset right now going in your sophomore year? We got some months away from the season, but I know it's full grind time right now. So what's the mindset?
My mindset is really just like, I really remember all the games I couldn't impact last year. I remember the games where like I sat out the last 5 minutes and it was crunch time. So my real main goal is like to be in the games in those moments and really like impact the team in ways that I couldn't impact last year. Like I don't want to be on the bench when there's 5 minutes left in a crunch 2-point game. Like for me, like I want to be one of those players who, okay, we need Trey in the game right now. Like we try and win, put him in the game. And definitely let me just go further than what we did. Like we made it to the championship for Big East tournament. We want to win that this year. Yeah. Like we went to the championship in Maui. We're not gonna go to Maui, but like any in-season tournament, like if we do that again, we want to win that. Thanks. Like we went to Sweet 16. We try and go to the championship. Like for me, just exceed all the shit we did last year. That's really my mindset, and just win and just be a leader on and off the floor. I feel like that's the step I made this whole summer. Just really being more of a vocal leader, just trying to make sure guys is doing what they're doing, getting in the gym, just feeding people confidence. So, just, doing all those things in those aspects, but really just trying to get a win at the end of the day.
You real confident right now with, like, you know what I'm saying, your team coming in. We got some of them here today, you know what I'm saying? So, overall, y'all real confident about next year?
Yeah, we confident. We know what we got. We know. People might see that Oso left and TK left, and they might think, Marquette is, for me, we don't got nothing. But I mean, that's on them. For me, like, that's on them, because you feel me? We got a lot of shit in the work. We got a lot of people who are putting in a lot of work consistently and who really want this shit. So I mean, I'm excited. We all excited. We got big expectations for ourselves. So.
Well, I do know, you know what I'm saying, we got to get y'all on too. I want to get y'all story, everything. We want to tap in with y'all. I know y'all going to be busy during the season. Somehow we want to get to some of y'all games, check y'all out, but we going to be fucking with y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is JonnyBeeTV. We glad that y'all came to this platform, for real. Y'all really blessing us with y'all presence. Before I let y'all get out of here, a little trivia. USA team, just a little starting 5, I say. Including you, give me another 4 that you rolling with for $1 million to beat the USA team. Beat them, and then you catch $1 million in a piece.
Bet. T-Norm's at the 1.
Okay.
And at the 2. Actually, no, scratch that.
Let's scratch it.
T-Norm's at the 1. Let me put Drew at the 2. Feel me? So he could guard the best player. You feel me? Then I'm gonna get. Then I'm gonna throw Tatum. For me, just damn near had the whole Celtics team. I'm gonna throw Tatum there. Then I'm gonna put KD. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Nah, put Braun and then put AD. So me, Drew, Tatum, Braun, AD.
Okay, bet. I like that. 2, like you said, you from Boston. How did you feel about the Celtics winning this past season? You know what I'm saying? They ain't did it.
Look at this Philly kid. Look at this Philly kid.
You Philly, right?
Yeah,
So you with the Sixers all the way, or you got a different team?
It's hard to. It's really hard to.
I feel
I can't see the process.
Well, because y'all had the Ben Simmons and y'all had a lot. Y'all been through a lot.
They got some hope now. They got PG.
That's real.
For me, I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Hey man, it don't matter who they got. Shout out Boston. We about to run it back. For me, we went crazy this year. Yeah. Hey, we went crazy in the regular season. Then they still down us in the playoffs. Talking about we gonna lose. That's crazy.
As far as, you know what I'm saying, we Milwaukee born, we did a dumbass mistake and we gave y'all the ring this year with Drew.
When y'all gave us Drew, I was That's fine.
Most definitely. But me personally, I'm a LeBron fan, so I sort of go where he go, and then I go Bucks. So I'm with the Lakers, honestly.
Bron done winning.
Yeah, you think that? I don't know yet. I don't know. I might gotta agree with you.
He gonna keep going for 30, 50. He'll be breaking mad records, but he's done winning.
You know what else? He should never went to the Lakers. I ain't gonna knock y'all. We Central Time. I've been catching Bron. He was only in Miami. That's East Coast time, and he was with Cleveland. I caught all the games. Then now I gotta stay up late.
Damn.
Like it's crazy. And I gotta go to work. It be ugly.
Watch those shit.
It be tough. And then he come to Milwaukee. The last 2 times he came to Milwaukee, he don't play. Swear to God. I bought tickets, all that. And I love LeBron.
Every time, bro.
So it is what it is, man.
I'm gonna go see him, bro. Like, bro.
He on the side sitting down.
Every time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really on trying to support Marquette this year, man. We got Marquette in the building.
We not saying no. We not saying no.
Bet, yeah, let's get it. Before I let you go, any shout outs and you want to give your information, Instagram, anything like that?
Sure. Shout out Milwaukee, shout out y'all for having us here, you feel me? Putting on, shout out Boston, you feel me? Got it tatted on the arm for a reason.
Yeah.
That's my city. Shout out my guys, shout out my, you feel me, my core, Filthy, feel me? Shout out them, shout out my mom, love her, shout out my shout out my whole family, all my people who support me down, feel me, when I was fat and chubby, all the people who had faith in me. Shout out to all y'all, you feel me? I'm here, I wouldn't be here without y'all. Shout out my guys staying here with me, feel me? These guys, like I said, they in the trenches with me each and every day. Feel me? They got my back, I got their back, so yeah.
Thanks. Hey, we getting here first, man. Great sit down with Tre Norman, man. It was great. We got Marquette in the building. We got my boy Bisky in the building, man. My podcast host. Let's get it, man. It's JonnyBeeTV. Love.
Yes, sir.